Good evening. Good evening, Umuchineke. Good evening. Ndị ọma m njem ọnụ. Asị m ka ọ bụ na onye chiri ya zere. Olee otu unu mere? Olee otu unu mere? Ọkwa ofu onye ahụ unu ma ama. Humble Lion. Unu ma ama. Ka anyị kpee.
Let me make sure somebody can unmute themselves. Sorry. Go ahead. You can unmute yourself. Go ahead. Go ahead, Adandimbo.
Eze bi n'eluigwe ọgọrọ ya na-akpụ n'ala. Chukwu okike ya kpọgo. Eze bi n'eluigwe ụmụ gị agbakọ nata. Nna m anyị na-eme ibe isi anyị na-eme ya ka anyị nọ na-eme. Onweghị ibe ọzọ njem nwere onwe. Ya ka anyị na-eji ijie. Anyị na-asị gị ezi Chineke biko bịa ka ị nọnyere anyị. Chọọla anyị ka a lawa ajọ mmadụ ndị nsabo. Ndị si na Biafra ya abịa ndị na-anụ ọgụ niile ebe a na-anụ ka ha wee fụdat na Biafra ya abịa si Chukwu biko ọgụ ọgụ nwa ya nụrụ anyị ya gọzie anyị Chineke gọzie ụmụ ife gọzie ụmụ Biafra niile ebe ọnwụ na anyị niile anọ ezi Chineke ma ana m akpọkwa dịda Maazị Nnamdị Kanụ Ọhamadike nọnyere m ihe gbaala m ume ụlọ dọkịta na-agwọ ya ọya Chineke biko ọkwago ka anyị nwe onye ọzọ otu aka na-akpọkwa n'isi ọbata obie udu akọ mmiri na mbiko ihe niile ogo ka ọ dị n'aka anyị eme nke anyị ji nwụrụ mmadụ ma agụ nwa ya eme nke iji wu Chukwu na m ana m asị aka ọwụna ụdọ ọwụna ezumezu ọwụna osi n'enu osi na ọwụ ikwu ọwụ ibe ọwụ onye ọzọkwa anya wụrụ ndị ji ọbata obi eji awa dịda Maazị Nnamdị Kanụ na asị m aka ha gbajie asị tinyere ha ọgbaghara ebe ọbụla ba nọ na tinyere ha ọgbaghara were ọgbaghara tinye n'etiti ha Chineke pịaba m ụtarị mee ka ọkụ gbuo ha na-arụ mee ka ezumezu ha niile ha saa kpọpụtara ya awa dịda Maazị Nnamdị Kanụ n'ọbata obi ya na m otu aka si welekwa awa COS wee tinye gị n'aka nna m ọkwago nwa ike yoo onye emekwe nke o ji wụrụ mmadụ n'ọkwago Chukwu na-eme nwa onye na-enye ike ajọ mmadụ uke mmụọ uke mmadụ ebe ọsọkwa anya si onye ọsọkwa anya wụrụ ọsọkwa wụrụ m nwa na-eche echiche ọjọọ megide ihe asụ Chineke megide onye ọbụla na-eregide COS ayo ise ọwụrụ nwa na-emegide ya emegide m ise onye ọsọkwa ya wụrụ ebe ọsọkwa na-agba ije bụ ọ na-agba n'elu bụ ọ na-agba ya n'ala bụ ọ na-agba n'okwu n'ala bụ ọ na-agba n'elube asụ Chukwu asụ megide ekwene ka ba bilie nna m anya n'ihu emekọ na-ebele alili aka maybe you go ya go I like it.
All right, thank you so much. Welcome, dear friends. Thank you so much for that wonderful prayer. We thank God for this opportunity to thank our own Obatobie, His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. Anun Kankan.
Abatobie, Vivua comme Abatobie.
Base ka anyị nọzi n'elu ya na mbụ na mbụ ihe m chọrọ ime ka Ngozi Ọrabeze mata ya bụ eziokwu Ọbataobi atụkwara nga terorizm CCS terorizm ị nwere idea ada Ọbataobi Simon Ekpa Finland tụrụ ya nga CCS for terrorism ị nwere idea
okay for the thing apụtago
mba ihe na-ekwu ihe dị na news ka nna eme na live.
Okay.
Because enwere ihe some people enwe idea. Ha just na-agba Finland tụrụ ya nga CCS for terrorism. Ngozi Ọrabeze bụ chief of staff Simon Ekpa bụ the chief of terrorism. So Ngozi Ọrabeze nwere question to answer because ọma ihe mere Ọbataobi eji were eme terrorism. O so were support Ọbataobi na terrorism o mere. So ọ bụrụ mụ abụ lawyer, Ngozi Ọrabeze nwere question to answer.
Yes.
Because mgbe niile ahụ Simon Ekpa dey terrorize ebe niile ahụ ọ dị-eme terrorism ahụ Ngozi
Ọrabeze so ya.
Kee ihe o mere.
And onye nwa Ngozi Ọrabeze na-negotiate ihe that place maka chief of staff.
Chief of staff to Simon Ekpa who the terrorist atụrụ nga CCS. Then Okechukwu Nkele alias Isaiah Anyaogu who the finance minister na-eweta ego Simon Ekpa ji terrorize ndị ọ na-terrorize. So which means I been a terrorism case. One person and her carry terrorism here like that.
Okwu dị ya.
One person name in no begin to change and begin with a brave one at street, but we show the mother. I had to wait, but the plant terrorist city at one. What evidence from everywhere. The chief of staff will be something all I am.
Yes.
So the court to consider me invite.
Sure.
I'm going to invite a phone number. I got for communication. Young one Ọbataobi the plan. I saw the terrorists Ọbataobi them. My results also not Ọbataobi only make terrorists.
Sure.
Okay, we are Chieko, Simon Ejiheko. Okay, we are take terrorism. So before I just said the metal terrorist, Simon is a terrorist now. Oh, when Catania Simon before I sent the Simon they go to terrorist. And when both them also not Simon plan we need that. So Hannah going Hannah no how if that is what goes around comes around.
Sure.
Hannah feel na Simon Ekpa I can make change like this one by one. They have questions to answer. Because that is how it works. When we no profit now and when the case is something they do. I got you I got you on that. I'm going to mechanic pass release but I got you on that. Get him about this particular thing. Get him about a phone, got your phone. But communication even with that person must say when other people in our plan because so we is on that terrorism I had to Simon Ekpa. So we are here watching them. In the multi years on them, you are
illiterate.
Also, I be illiterate.
You are illiterate. You are illiterate. Ụmụnne m ndewo nụ. Asị m na-ekwuchi unu ihe ndị a na-atọ m ụtọ.
And the amụma niile ivulu mbacha niile wa asị.
Amụma ahụ.
Because na amụma niile ivulu bụ nwere mgbe ivulu ma amụma na mma nọ na this mess nọ na amụma ịsụ na mma nọ n'elu elu. The amụma niile ivulu mbacha niile wa asị. Because na amụma niile ivulu bụ nwere mgbe ivulu ma amụma na mma nọ na this mess nọ na amụma ịsụ na mma nọ n'elu eluigwe na mụ ya awụ onye ya awụ ịmakwa ebe nkara ịnọ kịta. Banyezie n'anya my condition. Amụma niile ivulu mbacha niile wa asị. Because na amụma niile ivulu bụ nwere mgbe ivulu ma amụma na mma nọ na this mess nọ na amụma ịsụ na mma nọ n'elu eluigwe na mụ ya awụ onye ya awụ ịmakwa ebe nkara ịnọ kịta. Banyezie n'anya my condition. Ebe na amụma gị niile wa eziokwu dị ya nụ. Ịsị na mụ nwa wụ ya wee great woman, the whole world, ụwa niile ya amụ maka na-ekwu maka na-esekpuru m na-asọpụrụ m. Na mụ ya nọ n'elu kacha enu nọ ife ịfụrụ. Mụ na Carolina Mbeze ya na-anaghị enye awụ na
Ozuela. Hey, Chineke gọdị. Ọ chụ na-atọ mgbe ọbụla m na-ege disi mmadụ si demonstrate ya. Isi na m ga-awụ isi na the whole world otu o si ime ọnụ ya na the whole world ga na-esekpuru ya ịhụnanụ nwaanyị a na-ara n'ime ọhịa ka the whole world na-esekpuru. Hey, masị na disi na amụma niile ya bụrụ ya wọkọrọ na gị bịa hụ mụ a na digba ha ka mụ ma bịa na-esekpuru nwaanyị a. Chineke gọdị. Nna nsogbu dịkwa nụ ezigbo agha dị. Adị ndị mmadụ abịa na-ele m anya ka m si na-esekpuru dị woman. Ndị isi ọfịa ga-abịa na-asị m n'elu. Ndị isi ọfịa ga na-ama m imi. Ha ga na-ama m imi n'elu. Ha na-esekpuru ya. Ndị isi ọfịa ga-achịgbucha onwe ha n'ọchị. Hey! Maazị imagine otu anụ na masị onye dịtị iwu okoro na dịgba ha ka ma bịa na-esekpuru onye a. Ndị isi ọfịa nga ha nọ ha ga-asị n'elu ndị ka I don't know why onye ọbụla abụrụ ọnụ ya abụ mmadụ ọnụ sọ na-abụ uru emekọta onye abụ uru. Otu odotiti ga-eji achụgide ya n'ọchụgide ya. Ọ sị dị ka azụ na mwuo na ọ sị dị n'otochukwu onye a the whole world ga na-esi na m ga-adị chadu mụ na Carolina Mbeze enyi ya nwaanyị ọ na-agawa na ya hapụ Carolina ka akwa andọkwa Carolina a jikwa gbe ya sị ya Chinebe Carolina pụta nwaanyị si n'ebe Carolina nọ ka ọ ga-anọ emelu m ala Carolina abi ebe ọ nọ ka ọ ga-anọ na enweghị ga-eseparate ịhụnanya ya na Carolina. Isi na m ga-anọ n'elu kacha elu na the whole world ga na-esekpuru m. Hai! Onye ebe na-esekpuru ya ndị isi ọfịa ebe fo na ndị mmadụ na-esekpuru chi ka ọ dịrị. Hai! Ụmụnne m ọjọọ na-atọ ọchị o. N'ọjọọ na-atọ ọchị, leave me. N'ọjọọ na-atọ ọchị, leave me. N'ọjọọ na-atọ ọchị.
ewukwana ya na-ahụ ya kwuru na oyi tụga ewukwana ya na-ahụ ya achọ m mụ na gị nwee nsogbu achọ m bụ na gị nwee problem ewukwana mmiri a na-ahụ aka ifu na oyi tụga biko kwa ana m ekwupụ ya ka ha ewukwana mmiri na gị ṅụọ ya were nwayọ wee kwekwe ka ọ wụọ gị n'ahụ
kene m nwoke kene nwaanyị asị m Chukwu ka bịa ma ya gozie onye ọbụla nwoke abịa ma gozie onye ọbụla were nwayọ ọmụmụ ya ka ọ hapụ ịwụ gị n'ahụ biko biko were nwayọ were nwayọ were nwayọ were nwayọ ya ọwụọ gị n'ahụ mụ na gị enwe na nsogbu ụwa kwekwe ya ọwụọ gị n'ahụ kwekwe ya ọwụọ gị n'ahụ esikwa na m gwa gị agwa kwekwe ya ọwụọ gị n'ahụ kwekwe ya ọwụọ gị n'ahụ ụmụnne m na-ewe n'iwe onye sistem a m chọrọ iji ana m ekele firstborn ndewo ana m ekele the dread Nwachukwu ndewo ana m ekele Biafran son Kristi Biafran son ana m ekele take were kwụrụ ya ọwụọ gị n'ahụ kwụrụ ya ọwụọ gị n'ahụ kwụrụ ya ọwụọ gị n'ahụ Sam Jackson ndewo ana m ekele gị ana m ekele firstborn oke ekele ma before ana m ekele maazị Ojugo ndewo maazị Chukwu gozie gị ka anyị gbapụ na ya ọsọ oge adịrọ ka anyị gbapụ na ya ọsọ unu ewe n'iwe ka anyị were gonu ka bide make we move with this one ka anyị were n'ụka bide nwaada a ga-enwekwa enyi nwoke lekwa otu ochi na-aba m n'anya dorie ya.
Anger and grief have engulfed communities in Plateau State following the killing of 9 people during a crossover night attack on Chigwi village in just south local government area. Terrorists stormed the predominantly Christian community on Wednesday night during crossover service, killing men, women and children between 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. Community leaders have accused security agencies of abandoning the area despite repeated warnings and previous attacks, with some residents describing the pattern of killings as a Christian genocide.
The incident that happened yesterday night is a confirmation of Christian genocide in Nigeria and Plateau State in particular, because the village in Buhum all are members and a Christian community. There's no pagan, there's no Muslim. And what is the reason of attack? It's not a grazing issue, it's not communal clashes, but it's a genocide. I would urge the media, please tell our story as it is.
Well, on social media, Nigerians have expressed outrage over the timing of the attack, questioning how gunmen could operate freely during a major religious celebration. Meanwhile,
terrorists, not gunmen. Terrorists. Why are you people evil? Terrorists. I couldn't have found out how wicked these people are. You know how wicked they are. Terrorists may attack. You're not gunmen.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced that Israel is developing a formal agenda to support and protect protect Christian communities in Nigeria, which he says are under siege by radical Islamist forces. Speaking at a meeting with evangelical leaders in Florida, Netanyahu characterized the violence against Nigerian Christians as part of a global battle against Judeo-Christian tradition led by radical Shiite and Sunni groups. He positioned Israel as the only nation with the commitment and capacity to truly defend Christians, pledging to provide intelligence and strategic assistance to ensure these communities survive and thrive.
So I want you to know that I spoke with President Trump yesterday. I said this publicly too. I see the battle against us and the battle against our Judeo-Christian tradition. And we are conscious of the fact that Christians are being persecuted across the Middle East, in Syria, in Lebanon, in Nigeria, in Turkey, and beyond. Beleaguered communities who deserve our help. Just as you're helping us, we want to help back. And we're capable of doing that. In Africa with intel, in the Middle East with a lot of means that I won't itemize each one. But this is what our agenda is. It's the main part of our agenda, and it's going to continue with greater force and greater might in this coming year.
Well, Israel has now become the only nation to publicly side with the U.S., with Netanyahu framing the protection of Nigerian Christians as a central pillar of his international agenda. Well, in Adamawa State, we're getting reports that the terrorist group ISWAP has burned down a Christian village, threatening residents to convert to Islam or die. Security analyst Brian Phillip, this Tuesday. The terror group released in the village in flames alongside Christians in Nigeria are legitimate targets. According to the statement, residents can spare their blood by converting to Islam or pay tax to ISWAP. ISWAP had launched a series of attacks on Christian villages in the region in apparent retaliation to the U.S. airstrikes in Sokoto. In one attack, over 50 houses were reportedly burned in the village of Higa. Before this attack, the terrorist group reportedly raided another Christian village, killing 11, destroying a church and over 100 houses. I mean, this incident, Rufai, has raised concerns about the safety of Christian communities in the area, with some questioning whether the military strikes on Christmas Eve have provoked further violence rather than deterred it. But, I'll take this reaction. Reacting to the report, U.S. Congressman Riley Moore condemned the attacks in the post on X, stating that the violence against Christians in Nigeria is clear persecution for their faith in Jesus Christ. He wrote, "If there were any remaining doubts that Christians in Nigeria are being targeted for their faith in Jesus Christ, this should end that debate. This isn't about land usage, climate change, or any other argument the left wants to make. This is persecution of our brothers and sisters for their faith in Christ. Plain and simple, ISIS is telling Christians they have an opportunity to spare their blood if they convert. Our brothers and sisters will not bend the knee to anyone but our Lord and Savior, though." Thankfully, the President of the United States is continuing to work in cooperation with the Nigerian government to stop these Islamic radicals and defend our brothers and sisters in Christ. I mean, we saw this report from Adamawa State. I was quite alarmed when I saw the actual report. I'd like, a sum up of the story, Dr. Abati. Before I come to you, I'll take this one. Meanwhile, a suicide bomber identified as Ibrahim Mohammed made headlines this week after revealing rare insight into how he was paid up to 100,000 naira to detonate bombs in Maiduguri, including the Gambaru Market Mosque attack that killed 5 people and injured dozens or more on Christmas Eve. In a video released on Wednesday, the terrorist revealed that he came to Maiduguri with 2 IEDs to target the mosque under instructions from Boko Haram commanders Adamu and Abubakar. He admitted the operatives planted explosives after a set of prayers and timed the detonation of the bomb for another set of prayers. When worshippers had gathered, in a disturbing twist, Mohammed confessed that he returned to the bombing scene, pretending to be a civilian helper assisting in evacuating casualties. He also expressed regret, stating, and I quote, "I regret my action for killing innocent people who did not commit any crime." And we're seeing this story. Mohammed also revealed that suicide bombing has become a paid assignment within the terror network, with operatives receiving between 70,000 naira to 100,000 naira per mission. Mohammed was part of a larger terror cell planning multiple attacks across the northeast. This story, I believe he was arrested in Yobe State. And we're seeing a new trend now with these terrorists. I mean, terrorists have not been known to go in to detonate bombs. We've been seeing, people, setting churches or mosques ablaze. But this sort of attack is quite worrying at this moment, Dr. Bat. Yes, and now this is, so first we took a story about ISWAP and now we're taking a story about Boko Haram. I also want you to touch on the Plateau story as well.
Okay, it is as follows in my view. That young man, Mohammed, very young man, he should be in school.
Yes.
And yet he's now been engaged as a suicide bomber, and he thinks that it is an important vocation. The tragedy of it is that, one, there are many like him who are supposed to be in school, who are out of school, and who are being recruited by those who are agents and architects of terror and who are causing problems not just for Nigeria, but for the entire world by the very nature of their evil acts. Number two is that this particular gentleman or young man is not alone. There are others. He said his accomplice, Adamu, that he died because that was the one that went to the mosque in the Gamburu market. There are probably thousands of such young men who are being used as cannon fodder, as agents to perpetrate evil. And that is what makes this insecurity problem in Nigeria even far more serious. Now, I saw a transcript of his interrogation. Now, the person interrogating him should have focused more on his accomplices, on his sponsors. He just mentioned two names, but are the authorities making use of that open intelligence?
I hope they are.
To find out who are these people, how extensive is the network. More so, as he pointed out, that they are planning more attacks.
Correct.
Now, you will have expected that when there was that Christmas Day attack in parts of Sokoto State by the Americans with their Tomahawk missiles, that will serve as some kind of deterrence. But what we have seen is that it will appear that the terrorists have not been deterred in any way. Instead, they have relocated to another part. And that's why I make the point that whether it is in the northeast or the northwest or in the north central, in Plateau, the indication is that whether it is people being killed in Chingui, a village in Plateau State, or in any other part, is that this battle has not been won yet. And it's not a battle that the Nigerian government can say, oh, America knows everything. America will know, America will help us, and then the Nigerian government will relax. No, there should be greater intensification of efforts on the part of the Nigerian government. Which then takes me very quickly to the situation in Plateau. Governor Mutfwang, he has now deported. He has declared his deportation to APC and also his resignation from the PDP. I think in Plateau in particular, the major task, as an individual, he can make his own choice, but he should not make blood-soaked defections. He too, as a man who is there in Plateau State, should realize that there is a lot to still be done. As for Congressman Riley Moore, he's continuing with the basic narrative of US saying, oh, there's persecution of Christians in Nigeria. I keep repeating the point, which the US delegation realized after his second visit, that it's not just Christians that are being persecuted, that Nigerians are victims generally. And the task of ensuring safety of everybody in cooperation with the Nigerian government, which the Nigerian government continues to stress, it's a task that must be done, not just in Nigeria's interest, but also in the collective interest of humanity. Because what we are facing is assault against all those values that make us human.
Right. We're seeing pockets of story. People in Plateau State claim there is Christian genocide because that was a predominantly Christian community. We're also hearing stories from ISWAP targeting Christians as well. And so totally, I believe Riley Moore is on point when he says that this is persecution of Christians. But also, the fact is, like we have read the story about this young boy who actually went into a mosque, and this is a Muslim community, and detonated a bomb. So we are facing a real crisis here in Nigeria. Well, we'll continue to follow up on it. And now we hear that Benjamin Netanyahu is pledging full support for this sort of... yes, well, I mean, I believe that, you know, everyone has a right to their own international policies as well.
nsogbu ụdị. But obi aṅụrị m wụ na ihe niile megenụ ana Biafra dị save. Ọgwụ na my happiness na ihe niile megenụ ala Biafra dị save. Ala Biafra dị save. Ụmụnne m anọ na-ekwu ihe a na-ekwu. Mmadụ anọkọta na ọ chọrọ ịta asị people ha na-akwụ ụta asị. Country only provide the security. Ụmụnne m ama m na afọ dị ka aka before. Gọọmenti e provide ha citizen. Enweghị a ga-asị na this government provide na citizen ha. But you all take us.
Class, we get meeting. The task committee chairman, you are summoned. You need to come for this class. We will talk. This is not a class. It's a family meeting. Okay? That is Taiwo Oedile. Since they talk, say the poor will not pay tax. The poor are exempted. I say, but if you look at the law, the calculation, the poor are not exempted. The poor are not exempted. The poor will pay tax law. Unless you are saying, una go overlook them. Una no go do una work. Una go target others. But if you want to follow the law where you write, these people, what they call the poor, they will pay tax. You fit to say, maybe the poor person go pay 20K for instance, or go pay 10K. The way when big man no fit spend 5 million, no fit spend 1 million, it is difficult. Person will get 100 million for instance, or will get even 500 million. The way when no fit spend 5 million, it is difficult. Now so it is difficult for poor man where they earn 1 million. Now so it is difficult for them to spend 20K. The slogan is poor people who pay tax. The law says A, I'm hearing B. The law says poor people go pay tax. I go prove am for this class. Calm down. And the here say poor people are exempted. No. Unless you will break the law for them not to pay taxes. The law where you write by yourself as a judge, you say you are exempted. If you want me to be exempted, you go put them as part of the law. Musi. Listen to him here.
Data will help us to ensure that, one, we know who is truly poor and protect them and exempt them completely from paying taxes.
So this is a poor man protection policy.
It's a pro-poor,
okay,
pro-business, and pro-growth and equity and fairness.
You hear that? As you can see also, households any 250K or less monthly will pay tax. If you now go to the body of this publication, you go see this one. The chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, said that under the new tax laws, Nigerian households any 250K or less per month are classified as poor and exempted from paying taxes. What I'm looking at salary earners, so no be people who get company, no be limited though. I'm looking at people who be say they be hustler and they collect this hustle with their personal account. No be limited liability that they talk for here. Okay? Poor people will pay tax. In short, poor person no get limited liability company. More continue. If you multiply this by 12, it's 3 million. 3 million naira. I will ask you which money they talk say they no will pay tax on. No be 800K. Say 800K they go deduct them. Abi? I see. It's 3 million naira. 3 million naira. Is it not above 800k? That means you go remove this one from here. The poor will pay tax. I'm coming. Look at this. The same thing. Taiwo Oyedele, Nigeria households, this amount will not pay tax. As you say, now only the father they earn this money, or only the mother, or mother and father salary. That is what 3 million per year, above 800,000. That statement now one more correct for you. Taiwo Oyedele was not appointed to define who is poor. Okay, that work has already been done by international bodies using clear income figures. I'm not here to use emotion. No. Figures. I'm a mathematician. Okay? We go use figures. There is a standard of defining poverty all across the world. Okay? There's an organization called IMF. Another one they call World Bank. They get value when they define poverty. The job of Mr. Taiwo now tax reform. If he was say poor people and no one will pay tax, you go check the definition of poverty. Go call you the figure, commode them. But wait till we see, they no commode them. They go pay tax, okay? Not emotional messaging. Now, tax reform. Because if you are saying poor people no go pay tax, it's emotional message. For me, if you ask me to go give injection to person, the person ask me say, "He pay?" I say, "He pay no. This one, he pay well. I'm not a diplomat. I dey talk on the way it be. No need to sugarcoat it. Let's continue." So saying poor people who pay tax is misleading for me. The law is simple. Income above 800k is taxed with few exceptions. Nothing more, nothing less. Fact, figures should guide policy. While they were making the policy, they should have used facts and figures, not feelings or emotional control. Okay? Now, let's start. 1. What is poverty? International definition of poverty. You can't change it. Or let's say Nigeria, we know they're part of the world again. Official reference. The World Bank defines poverty using money figures, not emotions or politics. Source, World Bank Global Poverty Line, which was updated recently. Now we won't use for this definition. Extreme poverty, daily first. Daily money, when person wey dey say you dey extremely poor, they earn according to the standard. Now $3 per person per day. If you dey earn $3 per day, you are extremely poor. Okay? Convert to naira for daily understanding. That is $1 at this rate. It means now 4,350 per day. Now if person dey earn, or go consider you say you dey extremely poor. Any around this amount, 4,000 to 4,500 per day or less, is in extreme poverty by international standard. Okay? Convert extreme poverty to annual income now. It means $3 multiplied by 365 days. Abi? That is 1,095 per year. Okay? It means 1,590,000 naira. 9 person where they extremely poor they earn or below. If you they earn this amount, forget how you they do like this. You are extremely poor. Okay, not just poverty, extreme. Anyone any below this amount, that is 1.6 million per year, is in extreme poverty. So this law they tax not just poor people, it they tax extremely poor people. Extremely poor. You know if you go copy European tax method, you know copy what they define poverty. Because they tell us say poor people no go pay tax. No. If you say e no good for them, no need to color code them or sugar coat them. If you put that for inside the law, increase the threshold. Get the point now. They go pay extremely poor people. You that is extremely poor. You are going to pay tax. Okay? It means you are taxing not just poor people, but the extremely poor people. According to IMF and World Bank standards, the same bodies encourage taxation. This level is extreme poverty. You can't take their encouragement to collect tax. Then why you are coming to Nigeria, for instance, you can't drop their definition of poverty. Collect tax. You need that. Nigeria, you need that. Okay, good one. But you forgot to copy what they call poverty. You got the point now? So if I talk, there's a difference between a learned man talking and a layman talking. For a layman, 1.6 million, you are rich. But if you look at research. You are using figures, facts. It's like, why do PhD? You want the right anyhow. You must make references. You must quote. You must show as it be updated, as that standard be updated. You saw me 2022 to 2025 update on the definition of poverty. Now they use so. So don't tell us that poor people no go pay. Poor people go pay unless Nigeria get where they define their poverty. Get the point now. What is considered poor internationally daily for extremely poor people? Now 4,400 per day approximately. Okay, between 4,400 now be poor. Above this, you don't move out of poverty. Say they earn around 10k, 9,900. All they push you come out of poverty. Now be that. Okay. Let's look at monthly. For monthly, if they earn below this amount, 133,000, you are extremely poor according to one bank where they borrow us money, where they encourage us more collect tax. If they earn between this amount by month, we say you are poor. Above this 300,000, you are moving out of poverty. For yearly, if they earn 1.6 million and below, you are extremely poor. This amount, they people where they go tax. So this law, they tax extremely poor people. 1.6 to 3.6 per year, now be poor. You feel your own definition, feel your emotion. But if you don't do any academic research before, I don't know if there is another way of defining poverty. If you correct me in the comment section. Because this poverty capital of the world, now this thing they define above 3.6, you don't come up for poverty with that. You go agree say all this amount, they are above 800,000. So when Oga Taiwo they talk say poor people no go pay. No. No make us sweet. They go pay. These are poor people. They are poor. No make us sweet. They go pay. If you know say no go pay for put on here, say below 3.6. No say now the rich people don't come up with poverty. Now they target. This is not Nigerians' opinion. Okay, no be our country opinion. This is the World Bank International Standard. How did they define poverty? If you say are they wrong, correct me in the comment section. We dey learn, we dey classroom. Let's use annual income to define poverty. This is very important. The World Bank defines poverty per year, not by vibes. So we can say clearly, anyone earning around 1.6 million per year or less is poor by international definition. This is the base fact. The base fact. This law, when they create the law, no be Taiwo Oyedele, no be the committee member, no be FRS members, no. The law where House of Assembly passed, where they give them, look at, I don't know the one where they want use from tomorrow, the Gazette, whatever, the Harmonize, the one where they don't Colobitis put inside. Whatever, as long as this 800k, maybe the threshold, come on rent, these extremely poor people will pay tax. Now, compare this with Nigeria's new tax rule. What the new tax law says, 800k is tax exempt. Abi? Income above this is taxed. Here is the problem. International extreme poverty line now 1.6 million naira per year. Nigeria tax exemption now 800k per year. Okay? This means a person can be internationally poor, World Bank standard poor, and still be taxed in Nigeria. Okay? So the statement poor people will be taxed is factually wrong. I'm not saying just wrong, factually. Using fact, where I don't show you so far. Factually, it is wrong. Okay? Why poor people will be taxed is misleading. Because poverty is not defined by the tax committee or tax master. Poverty is defined by international standards. The exemption 800k is inside poverty. Therefore, poor people will still pay tax. Now, the new tax law will tell us who they go tax. No be any human being. Because people who are there now, give them 20 years, you no go see them again. Other people go enter. If they no change the law, now what did they see for the paper, they go take work. Abi? No be human being go define am. No be the chairman go define am. Now wetin the law talk. And using the law to compare wetin international body define as poverty. This our law, they tax poverty. International standards, not emotional statements, define who is called the poverty capital of the world. Abi? You know, just say because you hate Nigeria, Nigeria is now the poverty capital of the world. Or you hate, no. We earn that name because they use their standards. So why is Nigeria be called the poverty capital of the world? Or World Bank International Poverty Standards, not individual opinions or emotion. They define this label. Now fact and figures, okay? And what they don't define inside the dictionary or different definition, they all look and say, who be extreme poor person? They go use that. Look at fact, can't give you that name aside a country of particular concern. Okay? Nigeria earned this label because Nigeria has the largest living below the global poverty line. Over 60 to 70 million Nigerians live on less than $3 per day. This comes from World Bank and UN reports. So when you say poor people in Nigeria, you are talking about tens of millions. Many earn above 800k per year. Many will still be taxed. That you are earning above this, no mean say you know they poor. For international standards, not be below 800k, they define who they poor, no they poor. They get their own. This one might be the tax law. So this tax law, this value put head for inside poverty. Examples, say Mike earns about 400 per day. We divide them. Say monthly salary now worth 20k. Yearly now 1.44. International standard now 400 per day abi. That is extreme poverty. Nigeria tax law now 800k they exempt. It means say Mike go pay tax. It means say poverty is be taxed. Example 2 Emeka he own say yearly now 1.46. The same thing is be taxed. The same thing with Adamu. If Adamu owe yearly now 1.8. Monthly now 150. Adamu go pay tax. Okay, poverty is big tax here. Example 4, say minimum wages. People where they on minimum wages. At the end of the year, they go to collect 840k. Monthly is this, okay? It means say their daily equivalent now this amount 2,300. International standard, they are extremely poor. 800k, 40k go remain. If they want me, they follow the law straightly. Say you be salary earner, they work for one boutique. In short, this 40k. Say the same to mama, so to pay tax. For instance, they say, if you don't pay tax, go your pay. Supposed to pay, following the rules, following the law. Fifth, say people where they NYC come member range. Those come members now, those na parliament they be. They don't pay tax. But if they earn around their range, which is 77,000 per month, now this amount 924 naira. Daily equivalent, now this amount 2,500. Remove this one from here. If they stay with your mama, you're supposed to pay tax. They feel overlook them because according to them, they know what they pursue people with small money. They will go for big boys in town, big girls in town. But if you say make you do your work, follow the law you make, they're supposed to pay. Unless the committee is saying some people must obey the law, others can ignore, okay? Or the taxman no go do his work, go dey lazy to pursue small money. Then the new law taxes poverty, not just weight. Example of tax exemption. We go look at how South Africa, the runner, for instance. For South Africa, they define their own threshold. If you dey under 5 years, the effective tax-free income is this rand, 95,750 per year earnings. That is rand for the 2025 year of assessment. So for South Africa, personal, if they earn between 8 and 9 million per year, you are exempted. That is equivalent of 8 to 9 million naira. Okay, monthly it is about 8,000 rand, around 700k. Anyone any below this level pays no income tax. For other citizens, for South Africa, the exemption is higher. Now this amount they increase them if your age is between 65 and 74. Okay. This shows how a country protects low-income earners by not taxing survivor income. The real issue is the way they talk am. Say poor people no go pay tax. The framing versus truth. Wrong framing. Poor people will be taxed. This is vague, emotional, and misleading. Unless Nigeria, in Nigeria we get the way where they define our poverty. We don't come out for the entire universe where we reach poverty matter. Then where we reach other matter, how to collect tax. We go meet them. France help us collect. But what define poverty? We come up with it. Correct and honest framing. The way we supposed to talk am. It come up to 800k per year is exempt. Just say it the way it dey. Whether this one dey inside poverty, no deal, no wahala. As simple as that. That is clear, honest, and internationally correct. Final hard truth. The committee does not define who is poor. The word already defines poverty. That work has already been done by international bodies using clear income figures. Now, figure they do research before they arrive at this and other factors. Their job that is the tax committee, is tax reform, not emotional message to say poor people will not pay tax, whereas the 800K, waiting there above, still there inside poverty. It's not extremely poor. So same poor people who pay tax is misleading. The law is simple. Income above 800K is taxed. Nothing more, nothing less. Facts should guide policy, not feelings. If the government truly wants only the rich to pay tax, if we use international income standard where it define who is rich, not 800K, we sit inside poverty. And so I see am. So now the paper will follow. People they work for there now, they fit come out there, they fit resign. In short, maybe in the next 20 years, all of them go don resign. New people go enter. Wetin they go use na the law, no be emotion. Nobody should sugarcoat it. Poor people, international wise, the way where international bodies define poverty, poor people for Nigeria are tasked with this new law. We are talking about facts. So that statement may come up for this discourse. We will enter other things. Poor people go pay tax.
Unu afụnanụ ya nụ. Ụmụnne m unu afụnụ ya. Unu afụnụ ya kọntrị na-adịghị ọrụ o nyere. Na-abịa ka ebe na-aga ego gị ọka iwe fụ. Ọka iwere bịa fụ.
Of our fallen and jailed. Thank you all for the sacrifices you have and continue to make for our motherland, Amazonia. We will never ever forget the sacrifices you have made. My fellow Amazonian soldiers, Happy New Year to all of you and your families. This is Dr. Chowayaba. Happy New Year to the families of our fallen and jailed. Thank you all for the sacrifices you have and continue to make for our motherland, Amazonia. We will never ever forget the sacrifices you have made and continue to make for our country. The more than 9 million of us Amazonians owe our honor, our respect and recognition today, thanks to the sacrifices that you have made and the sacrifices that your families have made. I don't have a phone, so you may not hear from me that often. I don't have access to the internet. So if you don't hear from me that often, understand the circumstances. I want to re-emphasize to all Amazonian soldiers and our people that our country is at war against a fascist system that insists we have to die, go to jail, or be in exile. But I want to assure all of you that independence you will get. Because only cowards live to script and amplify the enemy's narrative. And we aren't cowards. I want to assure all Amazonians and Amazonian soldiers that very soon at the hillside, looking bongos will hide there will clothes and luxuries and white over Amazonians' Freedom Square. This is not a dream. It is a mission of this generation. And by your sacrifices, the blood of our people spilled. It is a mission we must fulfill in honor of the thousands of our civilians who have been murdered by Cameroon, the hundreds of commanders who have been killed, the thousands who languish in the jails of Cameroon. I ask all Amazonian brigades in the territory to train every Amazonian above 18 to operate a rifle, even if they don't have one. Our country war is a determined enemy, but this generation has shown by its resilience that this enemy will bow. This enemy will go down on its knees for the crime it has committed against our people in the last 65 years. Those in Cameroon who want peace and justice, we are ready as a people, anytime, anywhere. Those who want our blood, our liberty, and our land, all you will get. Happy New Year. God bless you all.
Ụmụnne m ahụ Dr. Chiayaba the Ambazonia Prime Minister. I don't know wish you the Ambazonia Happy New Year. Chukuba who may bob na hano. And they also no sacrifice their life for their people. Ota Obato Obi Eshiri Weme. Ota our Prime Minister, our President Martin Nnamdi Kanu Shiweme. So okay, wherefore, ndị were sacrifice their life. So ọkụ unu were efu. But Chukwu okike abịa ma ya agba ha ume. Ọ wee ekpere m na-ekpe n'isi ha. And afụfụ niile ha ataga. Ọ ga n'ụkpọrọ n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ma. Ise, 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 ise.
This lady is a prison guide for where they put Nnamdi Kanu, Sokoto prison guide. Just listen for this lady. Listen very careful for this lady. Listen.
I am a prison guard in Sokoto prison, and I can tell you for free that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the wisest man I have ever met in my entire life. He carries the kind of wisdom that feels divine, the wisdom of Allah himself, and he does not deserve to be here. A Hausa prison guard has reportedly revealed. He continued, every time I speak with him, I feel like I am speaking with a man far ahead of this generation. This is not a criminal. This is a leader. Nigeria is holding the wrong man in prison. This is a revelation from an Hausa Muslim man. You all are holding the wrong man in prison. Every time Nigeria tries to suppress the voice of the voiceless, God keeps using those people that they set aside to oppress the poor to reveal himself the more. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a criminal. All he wants is the good of every Nigerian. Please release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are holding the wrong man captive. And each time you try to shut the people up, you keep disgracing you. The whole world have known who you are. This case have exposed Nigerian judiciary to the whole world. You cannot hide, nowhere to hide. No matter how you try to make yourself look good out there, they are already seeing through you. There is nowhere else to hide. This case have exposed how deeply corrupt the judiciary is.
O wutere m. But Chukwu nọ n'ọnụ. Ọ gwụchala nnọọ ihe mma m ga-ekwu. Chukwu nọ n'ọnụ. God is at work. Chukwu nọ n'ọnụ. Onye si Chukwu anọghị n'ọnụ, gị mara na onye ahụ anọghị here. Gị mara na onye ahụ anọghị here. Ka anyị nụchara gonu from Ọbata Obie. Chukwu gozie gị.
Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans. This is the 11th day of November 2024, and I am here again to respond to a question by somebody who just asked me, Prime Minister, what do we do to sustain the peace and security we brought to Biafra land? And I told him, and I said, I am going to make this video to respond because I know many people are going to be asking the same question. So Here is my response. The only way to sustain the peace that we have brought to Biafra territory and to the Biafra people is to make sure that Nigeria never breed within our territory. The Nigeria terrorist army, Nigeria terrorist state police, and every arm carrying person under Nigeria within Biafra territory must not be allowed to breed, because they are the main cause of insecurity. They are the terrorists that have been terrorizing people, facilitating the attack against indigenous people, and shielding these ragtag terrorists when they come to kill. So allow them to breed in Biafra territory until Biafra becomes under international community and the United Nations. I want you to take a look at where Nigeria is breeding, how the security situation are in those places. Take a look in Yoruba land. Nigeria is breeding in Yoruba land. 29,000 people have been reportedly killed by the Fulani terrorists. Look at the northeast, northwest, where Nigeria is breeding. There are many terrorist groups springing up on a daily basis. Innocent women and children are being neutralized every day. Take a look in the Middle Belt, where Nigeria is breeding. There are people who have given birth to their children inside IDP camp. And many of those children are today 19 years of age. What does that tell you? It means that people have actually left and fled their ancestral land and have been living in IDP camp for more than 19 years. And without any plan for them to reclaim their land. Their land is now being occupied by strangers. Who are those strangers? The fighters that were actually killing the people and chasing them out of their own land. Nigeria is breeding in the Middle Belt. And that's the reason why we decided that the solution to sustain the security in our land is to make sure that Nigeria never breed. And that's what Simon Ekpa is leading. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans. This is the 11th day of November 2024, and I am here again to respond to a question by somebody.
Nyawo mmejirigbu agụ ọbata obie onye m ji aba asị m Chukwu gozie gị ọbata obie Chukwu gozie gị ebe ọbụla ị nọ gbaa gị ume nye gị ogologo ndụ na arụ isi ike Chukwu gozie gị Oh, come on, Mimu. Come here to know my mother. Go know for my mother. Have you seen my beautiful lady? My beautiful family.
We made it.
Nah, this thing ain't gonna copyright. Because one.
in Ondo, the Yoruba land. Have you seen this video? Gunmen set police station ablaze in Ondo, the Yoruba land. Now, why am I interested in that video? Because if it happened in Biafra land, they will name it IPOB and Eastern Security Network. So what are we going to name this one? Are we going to name it Amotekun, burning police station? Because of course Yoruba people aspires to fix Yoruba land somehow in order to secede. They are planning and they are working towards it. Is it going to be sounding right if I say it like that? I don't, maybe, since it is now the reverse psychology they use whenever they deploy their evil acts against our people in Biafra land. They will name it IPOB and the Eastern Security Network to continue to demonize that organization. Using their E-rats and data boys from X. I think we don't know their secret. Yorubas are more divisive than any other person in Nigeria right now, but they want to use the opportunity of these 8 years, these next 4 years, in order to build Yoruba land. Hence, you see fire burning people in a building, burning people goods in Lagos, because those people will be seen as a collateral damage because they aspire to build a digital economy in Lagos, so that even if you are going to secede, they have already big, digital economy that will fill the Yoruba land. That is exactly what is going on. So the fire in Lagos, it's not just a mere accident. Of course, they will never give you a report after investigation because there will be no investigation.
Agadi. Ndị ofe mmanụ. Ama m nụ ahụ n'ahịa ka ahịa. Unu eme ya inspect.
Born the way to moral conflict for too long. We do not believe that the sanctity of human life should be trapped in the corridors of endless debate. That is why we say, without stuttering and without doubt, that a two-state solution remains the most dignified path to lasting peace for the people of Palestine. For too long, this community has borne the weight of moral conflict. For too long, we have been caught in the crossfire of violence that offends the conscience of humanity. We come not as partisans, but as peacemakers. We come as brothers and sisters of a shared wall, a wall that must never reduce the right to live into the currency of devious politics. The people of Palestine are not collateral damage in a civilization searching for order. They are human beings, equal in worth, entitled to the same freedoms and dignities that the rest of us take for granted. We want to make the choice crystal clear. Civilized values over fear. Civilized values over vengeance. Civilized values over bloodshed. We show the opportunities that peace brings, just as the extremists hope to drive apart rival communities and different religions. We work through multilateral platforms within the rule of law to build the consensus and support that makes this immensely difficult and dangerous task that much easier. This is how we deny our enemies the space they crave to fuel tension and despair. It is our experience that this offers the best, perhaps only hope for peace, reconciliation, and victory for the civilized values of a shared humanity. Nigeria is a diverse country, also recognizes the variable geometry of democracy in different forms and speeds. For this reason, we are working with the United Nations to strengthen democratic institutions in our region and beyond through the Regional Partnership for Democracy. Madam President, point 2. The price of peace is eternal vigilance. The increasingly difficult
ụmụnne m ka Shekira Chief Commander of ọrụ na Suba ka ndị afọ ya also Chief Commander of Terrorist.
To laugh, and the guy I was watching the thing with, I was watching one stuff in YouTube. I saw some Igbo Muslims. I saw some Igbo Muslims. So they were preaching in Igbo land. They said in Igbo. So I begin to laugh. And the guy I was watching the thing with now asked me why am I laughing. I say I'm laughing because all this thing is scam. Is why you Igbo people are not Muslims. 80% of Igbos are Christians, pure Christians, and 20 are just traditionalists. Any Igbo man parading himself as a Muslim is just a Wayo man. Maybe they collect money from one Alhaji, or one Alhaji the town, or they are doing those inordinate affection. That's scam. If you want to practice Islam, please go to call Sharia state. If you say you're Igbo man and you want to practice Muslim, you want to be a Muslim, go to call Sharia states where they have Sharia so that they will amputate you. Because definitely, as Igbo man, as Igbo Muslim, you must be taking alcohol. You must be doing all those things that they consider haram. All those things the Israel consider haram. Igbo people are doing it. So in the past, we have seen some Igbo people, some have seen Alhaji Mude, Alhaji Abdul Aziz, Alhaji this. All those things is what they used to scam the Northerners that time, the Hausa people, or the people practicing Muslim. They will serve Hausa people that time, they will hear Hausa. Igbo people, we are good in language. Anywhere we go, we learn the language very fast. So because they learn the language very fast, they feel, okay, they are practicing Muslim. It is what they are using to collect money from those Hausa people. Please, Muslim people, you should not take any Igbo man parading himself or herself as Muslim. He is not. He's a Wayo person. Now Wayo. Igbos are Christians. 80% of Igbos are Christians. Now 20% be traditionalists though. No, and when you come to these Christians, 50% of Igbos are Catholic Church. Those ones you can't convert them. It's very easy to convert a Muslim than to convert a Catholic person into even believing in Pentecostal, let alone Islam. Then the 20% or 20%, yes, no, Anglicans and Apostolic. It is just 10% of Igbos that are Pentecostals and spiritualists, that is those white garment church. So any Igbo man telling you he's a Muslim, look at him very well. Now why you man? Now why you want to do you scam? And if you feel that you're Igbo man, you want to practice Muslim, go to call Sharia states like Zamfara. So they will amputate you. Because most of the things you people do are what they consider as haram. It's just like a Yoruba people. Yoruba people are not pure Christians, so I have to tell you the truth because this is I say 40% of Yoruba people are Christians. 40 are Muslims, but you know the kind of Muslim they are. They are not like all Muslims, like if you talk anything against Allah, they will slaughter you. No, Yoruba man no one fight for any God. And those Northerners, then they fight for their God. Or they talk haram. Yoruba man no one know anything that is haram. You can see that time that they Salah. You can see Muslims in Ireland that are drinking beer and chopping chicken and be telling their not Muslims, come and see us, see what we are doing. Yoruba man love enjoyment. He love life. Then, but that 40% of Yorubas that are Christians, at the back of their mind, they get small juju, where they believe or no. They don't believe in that Christianity 100%. I swear. They get their, what they call it, I don't know how they call it, but they believe in tradition. Yeah. In fact, even their language sound like it's juju. Yeah. When you see a call Yoruba man speaking, you thought like he's making a incantation. So they have that their traditional. In fact, they're real traditionalists. They have that their tradition. That those their I don't know how they call it. Then the rest 20% are what you get a far all those people that don't do tradition. It's just like white garment. The other day I say white garment church is not a church. People are talking. I did not call anyone name, but me and you know that white garment church are spiritual church. They do 80% fetish things.
Yes,
that Christians don't do.
It's true.
They don't believe in prayer. They believe in doing sacrifice, serving Ogu.
Yes.
Putting food in a plate, go and put in Four Corner Road. They believe in using pigeons to hit your head. They believe in going to Bar Beach and be fetching fetching Bar Beach water to pray. So how are they Christians? They do some traditional sacrifice. They do sacrifice and they invoke spirits.
It's a spiritual church.
Don't if you are like argue, but I'm telling you.
No, you said the truth. You said the truth.
The people that are Muslims are not tenants. And if you watch those Yoruba Muslims, sometimes they're being segregated in a northern Imam church. If they go to North don't take them serious. And themselves too know that these people don't take them serious. Like in my streets now, you have 2 Muslim mosques. In my street in Lagos. One, the Afa is a Yoruba man. The other one, the Afa is an Hausa man. All those Hausa booking everything, they will go to that Hausa man. Those Yorubas will go to this state. So tell me which God are they serving. Okay, maybe they have denominations. Then, the Igbo Pentecostals that I say is 20%. They attend Yoruba churches. They don't even attend Igbo, where you have Igbo man as a general overseer. Because they believe that those Yoruba pastors, general overseer, they have powers. Because they mix something. I had one general overseer one time saying they come to convention. Those ones that have their churches, I don't want to call them, have their churches in a permanent site. Those expressway. If you are going to, is that Ogun State or Ibadan? If you are going to east from Lagos, those people that have camp. The pastor, general overseer, started the pulpit to say that they came for convention and convention. He now called all the pastors. He said, God is saying this is your last day in life. If you don't repent, you might not even reach your house, or something bad will happen to you. That God is telling him that most of you have juju with you. You have something that you use it to protect yourself, that you should provide it. Everybody bring them. That you have this thing. You know, they trust their general overseer. They say the heap of juju these people bring, even beats, even the one where they tie for this thing. They think reversible make it full of the whole altar. These are not members, so I'm talking about branch pastors of that church. You people know the church I'm talking about. So, but where I'm going is the Muslims. Igbo man saying he's a Muslim man. Aboki, just be watchful with that man. He's a criminal. Igbo people, they love God. The rest, we no love Christianity. They are pagans. Idol worshippers. There are few that are pagans. But the majority, 80%, are Christians and called Christians. And 50% out of that 80% are Catholic church, Catholic members. Those ones, they won't hear anything. They believe in their chaplet, they believe in their Jesus Christ, they believe in everything. Nothing you will tell them, they will tell you Holy Ghost fire. Do you think all those ones that are going to adoration, or that man that is in Lagos that is talking every time, he's talking about sex and all this stuff? They are Pentecostal. They're not Pentecostal, they are Catholic members. But this thing I tell you, whether you like it or not, that is the real thing and the real truth. Whether if you like, argue it. If you argue, let's hear your opinion.
Hey, I believe me. Well, I'm going to get on much last. Hey, alright, Chineke. That guy I had been that day, no go ni Igbo Muslim. That guy is Igbo oh, a criminal. Gine ya nyiga mo na ezigbo onye ori. Amam na ga kwuru m ekwu na onye awo onye ori. And ifukwa na o meela. Ekwuru m ekwu na onye awo onye ori. Na o ezigbo onye ori. Amam na enwekwere ndị efuru ya mara kwa ya ha m kwukwere na o onye ori. Chineke God. Very funny. Ifu onye Igbo apụta. Onye Igbo apụta na owe Muslim. No be juju be that.
This is the original picture of Judas Iscariot. He is a black man from West Africa, Nigeria to be precise. He was born in Kwara State but grew up in Koji. Judas was initially not part of the 12 disciples. Initially, Jesus had only 11 disciples. But upon his journey to Nazareth, he passed through Nigeria in need of a translator. And Judas, who happens to be Joda Ayomide Akintola, was introduced to Jesus as a translator because Judas can speak the Hebrew very well, very fluent in Hebrew, and he is a businessman. So that was when Judas joined Jesus on his journey to Jerusalem or Nazareth, becoming the 12th, part of the 11 disciples, making it 12. But initially, Joda Ayomide Akintola was a businessman. So while they were in Jerusalem, Judas was the one translating the Hebrew language to Jesus. You know, Jesus is from Ghana, so he does not speak the Hebrew language like that. So Judas was the translator between the Romans and Jesus. But there was a problem. The Romans were not happy with the kind of message Jesus brought to Nazareth. They were not happy about it. So they were finding a way to eliminate him. That was when they met Joda Ayomide Akintola, aka Judas, in a private chamber. Mind you, Jesus was paying Judas for his services as a translator. But then the Romans gave Judas large sums of money, bigger than what Jesus was offering. And so Judas betrayed Jesus and sold him out for money. So after Jesus was crucified, Judas returned to Nigeria, Koji. He died in Koji. I believe his tomb should be in Nigeria by now. Judas was a Yoruba man from Kwara and Koji.
Ntị ọ dịkwa unu nụkwara ihe o kwuru? I believe unu nụrụ ya. Ezinne Nneka Chimezie.
Attention. Igbo people, ekele m unu. Ọnọlọ Nneka Chimezie na-ekwu, anyị ka na-ewetakwara unu ọnọdụ Igbo. Ihe m ji bịa n'ụtụtụ abụọ achọrọ m ịkọlụ attention ndị Igbo anyị ọkachasị bloggers, content creators, ndị nọ na social media. Achọrọ m ịkọlụ attention anyị to the propaganda, serious propaganda ebidobu against us kemgbe 2014 ruo kịta. And these propagandas, because they respond to them, ya na-amụta ihe ọzọ. Achọrọ ka m mee ka unu ghọta na ihe ka ọsọkwara the war ji wee nweta attention ndị obodo ndị ọcha ndị ọzọ, the West and the Middle East. Ha ji kwado Nigeria wụ ndị anụ n'olu ha with propaganda na achịcha ha tụrụ. Remember, propaganda wụ na ọwa Igbo Q and na-egburu ndị Muslim. Ha were nke ahụ nweta sympathy ndị Muslims. O wee nwụ na Igbo Q ka ọzọ asị Igbo dominance. Ha were nweta sympathy ndị West already. Anyị na ndị West ahụka anyị asị ndị ma ihe, ndị siri ike, ndị dị stubborn na-achụ ihe ha na-eme anyị. Ebuild this narrative wee ya lụso anyị agha, anyị enweta support. The team lụrụ agha anụnwa mana Gowon na Wolowo bịara plan all that war. Now President Tinubu na President Muhammadu Buhari bịakwa together with the same agenda. Now n'uche nke m from investigation m na-eme, o do na-eme anya now na that jihad was actually, that genocide was actually a continuation of jihad. Mana due to otu ụwa ji esa anya, they can't carry out jihad like that. So ha were onye opportunity were ya na-egbu ka egbukpọ Christians. Ọkwa ya ka ebidokwara ugbu a. Now these two teams, and we set all the pack here ga ndị Muslim, because most of them name here na Yoruba land ndị Muslim. Ihe anyị nwabụ ndị Igbo na-aghọta na Yoruba actually a Muslim state. The Muslim did 60 to 70%, while Christian they have 40 to 30%. So we don't know this for so. And we see an alliance between the North and the West due to that Islam. So once you get extremists in power, how renew where the genocide, the jihad agenda, which I believe we may renew during our president, and how would request that propaganda backup with somewhere. Now the propaganda, the same thing. Not how to pay meya kahashi meya. Ganambo wanile nebu propaganda. Only lead that propaganda wa bikeda bere. Mana South Africa, in fact, ha megidere nke wụ na ha na-abakwu na platforms na other countries join no in discussions. In fact, all a Yoruba person na platform ebe ndị South Africa na-eme na no ndị Igbo na commit crimes na South Africa. So ha gbuo ndị Igbo. Ozi ebe ahụ ka anyị nọ mara mgbe ebidozi these attacks na ndị Igbo. All through all these things ka ihe abịa pụtawazi anyị wechọpụta na ha agaala na mba dị iche iche ibu this propaganda. Kemekwe na Ghana is part of that propaganda. So ihe m ji wee kpọ anyị ugbu a na ndị anyị na ha na-alụkwa n'ugbo awụzi ndị ugwu nọ ndị ala and all propaganda ọ ga-awụzi propaganda anyị ga-eso ha with propaganda no. Anyị ga-eso ha with what we'll do now na onye ọbụla bụ onye Igbo nwere access to social media ọkachasị the bloggers, the content creators. Please use your platform to expose the truth. I'm not in support of attack. You are stupid. You are a terror. I need to make sense. So I think I implore our bloggers to pick up most of them. Why you may analyze. So don't respond to what I do. I'm when they not to the point. Happy I get them naga. You know, but I am cool down. Not to my point. Because that is what I want to start doing now. To be responding because the more Abraham Kitty, Hannah said, the problem of Nigeria. I am no problem of Nigeria. IG blueprint here in Nigeria. I am all you know at the grassroots. Now, total here and have boy, have government, have GNL. I wonder not to. So, we have informations of here Nigeria. So, we need to educate fellow Nigeria. Kitani, you can't go under Nigeria. Nigeria, now, good governance. So, how do you go recruit to share content creators? How about on social media? Now, you won't name get it wouldn't want to because when the attack comes, how so the best of Ngandi 1,000 wako ban social media. Nyam social media school. Give who going one thing or the other. I am sure Nezoku gap here. I am sure by you have to say Zoku Nigeria truly. The problem of Nigeria. Kaikwana Hana, Nda Bato by one day, South, the minorities among us, Hanandi Wallabed for the first time. Kaikota Heban Alocadio Gabani Bukarin demand. Kaikwata Hanandibu, they are Lagos. Kaikwaha, the Lagos state government should open up. Egol Hanata in tax no Jalaba internal market. We build it by ourselves. Kaikwata Hegol Hanata in tax na trade fair. Kaikwata Hegol Hanata in tax na Koka markets. Na Ladikwa market. All the markets all over Nigeria, we are contributing. Can I go lend the Lagos na natandi when a tenement trades? Then I go lend the Yoruba with an alibu. Can I go le anata in tax and Dausa Nakanu from Undibu? Can I bakon no Kawatandana Enyak and the Barura? Has I get to the table? Then can I go with the biggest gas deposit in Imo State? Can I go Hana Abia? Then can I go Hana? 85% of River State we were speaking at least. Kaikwa here to Ebonya she was so na so. Kaikwa Hana ha kiri to the point when only would deny ya wundibu. No Gandhi Delta to deny na ha wundibu gaka hakele have 1,000 people. Armless. Kaikwa Hana ha commit war crimes na libu. Kaikwa Hana ha use hunger as a weapon of war. We have a lot. Gadi gone out. Kaishano hoku. All bloggers. Obon blog. Thumbs up to you. Sawan, Benjota, Sabinus, Ngona bloggers every day, men wanting in defense of your nation. I can no need it. And when I go right now, but just to set the record straight, they won't.
They won't. They will.
Cousin, this man dropped a bombshell. All right, good morning once again, Biafrans from here. I just finished talking to somebody very important. The person is someone that has always been, on the case of our new declared nation. And while we were discussing, this man dropped a bombshell about the kidnap of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. You see, Igbos are very, very, very wicked to themselves. Igbos, we are wicked, we are heartless. Igbo nwere eze wụ eziokwu. Igbo niile wụ eze. Wulukwa eziokwu. But we are wicked to ourselves. Do you people know that the people that went to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are Igbos in conjunction with Malami? In other words, let me break the news. The private jets that they use in bringing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria is owned by the late Ifeanyi Oba. The late Ifeanyi Oba owns that private jet. When this person told me this, in fact, I was devastated. I was surprised. And he was seriously fighting to become the governor of Anambra State because that was what APC promised him. Ifeanyi Uba that was running his mouth that he doesn't know anything about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's adoption. Because there was a time I heard is it Puke that he was part of the people who kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But today, this is just the real story. This is the real gist. This is the simple truth. It was Ifeanyi Uba's private jet because there was no jet that was going to fly. No plane was ready to go and bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They used Ifeanyi Uba's private jets to go and extradite his own brother.
Ebe ka ọ nọkwa n'ugbu a ene private jet ya. Ebe ka ọ nọ today. Ọ unu ga na-ajụ. Ebe ka ọ nọ today ene private jet ya.
And handed him over to the Fulani Caliphate. Can you imagine why we must dismantle Nigeria? That is the reason why Biafra must be fully restored. I don't do video 2 times in a day, but I have to come back to do this video to tell Biafrans the impunity that these people have committed in Biafran land. That is why Dave Umahi can come and tell you that Tinubu has sorted the Igbo people's problems, so there is no need for Biafran anymore. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the wickedness of our people, the tyranny of our people? The late Ifeanyi Uba's jets. No wonder all of them is going one by one. No wonder they are laying down 6 feet one by one. The impunity. Ifeanyi Uba's private jet was what they used in kidnapping his own brother for gubernatorial seats. Do you see why it's not going to be well with all of them? Ifeanyi Uba, your brother, our brother. An Igbo man, it wasn't an Hausa man's jet. It wasn't a Yoruba man's jet. An Igbo man, Ifeanyi Uba's jet. Very soon, the names of the people who went for that kidnap will be out. Very soon. It's terrible, oh. It's terrible. We are no longer our brother's keeper. Igbo man can sell the brother, Igbo woman can sell the sister because of a plate of porridge.
I swear.
That is what we have become in recent years.
I swear.
Ifeanyi Uba, the late Ifeanyi Uba's private jet is what they use to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And it's not going to be well with his family. It's not going to be well with all of them that did this. Thank you, Biafra.
He said, Oga adịrị ezinụlọ ya mma. Oga adịrị ụmụ ya ga-erechakwa ihe niile aha were ego ya ṅụọ ahịa. Ụmụ ya ga-erecha ihe niile aha were ego ya ṅụọ ahịa. Ụmụ ya ga-erecha ihe niile aha were ego ya ṅụọ ahịa. Ịmakwa ihe o mere. Ọ bịara imetụ onye Chineke nna tere God choosing, onye esuzuru echuzu ka ọ bịara ibi imetụ aka. The guy amaghị o mere onwe ya sha. Family ya ọ ga-adịrị ha na mma, ha ga-adị useless. Unu ga-ahụkwa ya akwa. Ụmụ ya ga-erecha property niile ahụ. Ụmụ ya ga-erecha property niile ahụ. Nwunne m ụwa gwuru ike o. A na-ekwu okwu ndị Igbo, ndị ọjọọ. Enwere m enyi n'obodo, enweghị m enyi na gịzi ka inwe enyi onye Igbo gị ịnọ na nsogbu.
Photo first on Christmas Day. Guys, are you aware that the United States striked another location in Nigeria on the New Year Day? And the whole lot of these terrorists were chased out of their hideout, while some of them were fired. Guys, have you asked yourself why the United States struck Sokoto first on Christmas Day? Also, have you asked yourself why Nnamdi Kanu was transferred from Abuja to Sokoto? After the shambling they played in Abuja court and sentenced him to life imprisonment, now they transferred him from Abuja down to Sokoto, the headquarters of the Fulanis. Do you remember what the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, said just few hours before that strike was authorized by the United States President Donald Trump on Christmas Day? This man made a statement, and before you know it, an attack was authorized. Now, this man has made another statement saying that he's aware that the whole lot of Christians are facing persecution in so many countries across the Middle East and also African regions. He mentioned Nigeria precisely. This man went ahead and said that his country, Israel, will never stand and look while such thing happens against the Christian faith. Allegedly, Gumi is now crying out that Israel is trying to aid Biafra to get their freedom. That is the reason why Benjamin Netanyahu is making this recent effort he's making. Having heard the kind of statement that Benjamin Netanyahu have made as regards to Christian faith, their persecution, and also how the Israeli government intend to cooperate to ensure that he saved the Christians in Nigeria, it is very much obvious that something is about to play out in Nigeria. Now, why would these guys transfer Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto in the first place? And why would the United States strike Sokoto as their first target during that attack? This is to tell you that something was actually playing out, which the United States found out, and they decided to launch that attack first on that particular location, with the reason that Sokoto was the headquarters of the ISIS members, where they normally stay to coordinate attacks.
Ọ dị egwu. Ọ dị egwu. Ọ dị egwu. Ọ dị egwu. Sokoto. 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 Nna ka m gara etugodo ihe gbasara Harrison a, biko ụmụnne m na-ewe n'iwe ka anyị negodo ihe ha kwuru. Harrison pụta n'okwu ha ekwu okwu ya na ije gara, ka anyị ga-egodo ntị, unu ewe n'iwe.
Been saying from the beginning, the family should have kept it low while they arrested. So we have not been waiting for Harrison to make a post. Even this morning, I also talked about the whole thing because of the analysis that Very Dark Man have been doing for about 2 days now. Now he has said something. First thing, he said that concerning the kidnapping case that happened in Auchi, that he won't be saying anything about that because the guy, the man, he's still with the kidnapper. So it is only wise for him to keep quiet. You know, this is all we've been saying from the beginning. The family should have kept it on the low while they arrested Harrison and then until the guy is out. So Harrison has a reason to say, okay, I'm not going to comment on anything that has to do with that one because the man still there with them. And another thing, him himself, you never know whether they will carry and go court or not. So make it not come be say you can't talk many things we go see go jeopardize the case later. So that one, he did very, very right for that one. Now, the second thing, he addressed the 2 cases that Very Dark Man revealed concerning that person that said she will help him secure a land. When I don't listen to the thing, because he presents charts and everything, you, the owner of the land, what is his name? Now, they help you get your money. You say the money where police come for inside, the percentage they come for inside, say they must give you back. How that one take they happen now? Once money don't enter police hand finish, you not go complete. You even girl say you even see some for inside. You for sure still collect that one, make you they go your way. Now you now returns the money back. Nah, drag you now come the drag. It don't make sense. It's a land for where for come to say. Oh boy, go that but person will get money in hand, 9 money they complete. If person they owe you 10 million, if you gather 500,000 bring give you collect. Because if you don't collect another one, don't go before you get them again a problem. If you gather 200,000 bring come, now 10 million they owe you, collect and put for pocket. Small, your money go they complete. You understand? So you for collect that money first. You say you know what, make the call be the 10 million. Now how the thing come be now? And how is the even still they try to take they pay you? Anyways, now when you don't report above, Harris does still come clear here, talk your side of the story. Normally said the way Harris explain self, he not supposed to pay you that money. You understand? He not supposed to pay you. Because when you go seek for somebody help, go ask for the person's services, you go pay now. Now the service charge now you pay Harrison before you transfer the case, give another person. Anyway, Mo will leave that side. Concerning that woman, we go send Harrison 600,000 so. Say concerning that guy case for Calabar. Me, I dey very aware of that case that time. Where Harrison say they do that matter. I dey very aware. When they post that video where the boy left for the roti, I call the chat say, which kind of thing be this one? Many of us come even they suggest say maybe the Reverend Father na agege. Maybe when they knock the boy nyash, na make they keep the boy. Because how you go keep pikin where you not be your own? The pikin they sick, you don't allow them carry and you don't carry and go hospital. Now, Harrison don't explain your side of the story. Don't even present chat where the boy brother they tell and say, thank you for coming, helping my family, blah, 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 and all of that. For me, I don't see any case for there. Madam, you go try rest because when they post that case that time, nobody send you to go send Harrison money. Nobody send you money. You understand? Nobody send you that message. Now, Proko where they worry you. Although I know say na help, now you want help. And that is good. Kudos for that one. We commend you. But the main reason why be say you said that 600,000. Now to make sure say they secure the boy release. They make sure say the boy they okay, ba. Now the boy they don't carry and go hospital. You don't go come rest. Why you consider they find the 600,000 again? So the way you don't say okay, make that help this boy. You don't consider you have the help again. So far they don't help. So far you know they with the Reverend Father again. Now Harrison thought say the Reverend Father thought say. Now the boy father na can't give her based on say the boy father and the mother not there again. So now the man na get the right to come meet him to come secure the boy release. But sure the boy sister don't tell Harrison say they don't carry the boy to hospital. The boy don't dey okay. Now he's even thanking Harrison. And Harrison has even put the Instagram handle of the girl. So in case anybody want go ask her, make una go chat and make una go ask her. So I'm not sure say any problem there inside there again. When you release money to help somebody, release her. It means that the 600K not even fair come out for your mind. It can't be like say you purposely want to use the 600K drag Harrison. Because you and person they thought the next day they thought say I will carry the matter, I go blogs, I go do this, I go do that. That makes some people they fear to they follow now the package sometimes. But madam, rest. The boy will make you send the money, the boy don't do okay. As I say maybe you go chat the sister. If you come back now, tell me say now me I don't go chat the sister. The sister tell me say the brother see the sick. The sister tell me say Harrison not do anything. I will come back on drag Harrison. But if they thought say the boy don't do okay, which is the reason why you send the money, then may you rest. You say may go to investigate the Reverend Father. Harrison tell you say see the reason why you know if you travel. He put tickets money for there where he buy. Now wait till he put. I know they there. But the video where they do, not be we will follow. Just like we they follow very dark man analysis. We don't see they follow this analysis. We go judge them as the case to take on. He put money where he send give the mother 60,000, 30,000 first, 30,000 again. He buy ticket. The 600K never finish. They say they don't carry and go hospital. So what still go see they find again? You say money to help person rest now. They don't help them. May you rest. I said the thing not fair come out for your mind because you are not getting that money back. That one day. And then to those of now where they comment section they tell say I get kidnapping case. Now when they talk, see say make the boy can't talk. Now how does he don't come and they explain now? See what you they put for comment section because I went through his comment section and I did kidnapping work. I did kidnapping work because of the voice of what person here. He said, what is the meaning of I did kidnapping work? Maybe the time where that guy tell they follow Harrison they talk. Harrison they engaged. Maybe they inside bush. Maybe they get conversation with person concerning the other work where they say they do. Now make them not say I did kidnapping work right now. Which one come say I did kidnapping work? As I don't know what Harrison they do. Now just one talk. Now just one money boy. That one don't make sense. If you not say make person call explain, it should be that you people are telling the person to explain so that you people can listen to the person and put facts together. But the way I see you people in the comment box, you guys are not ready to listen to him. If they explain something and they say I did kidnapping work, is that what he's explaining? So if one person just talk, now they just crucify him. Shebi una they talk say make you can't talk since. As he don't talk now, he don't see present chat. Una go come compare him. Not be say una just believe very dark man 100%. I'm not say very dark man lie you because I can't say people carry can't give an eye in the judge. You get? I'm not saying lie, but as the boy don't see come talk, now see reason this, but no, now don't conclude. I take kidnapping. Now the only one they see for comment section, it means you guys are not telling him to talk so that you people can listen to him and and put one or two together and come to a conclusion. No, that's not the reason why people were telling you to come and talk. People were telling you to talk. Una no go fair evil believer. Una just one mocker. Una just one hear what you did, man. Some persons are even in the comment section saying, I beg you, I know they believe you. You did not cast. I beg you. Wait till happen. Even one robber, even a nanny before they pay and they still allow and talk. A nanny, they still grant them a last request. One are they using that sense. Although I know the group of people where they do that thing. Harrison don't talk, say, he no say he don't make mistakes in the past. He don't accept, say he no be sent. Just like none of us be sent. You get, we not go crucify person, we they give people benefit of that. When I say make it talk, the boy don't talk. Me, I know say very dark man get more things to still talk. And he go still come and still come talk to you. We go they listen to the both of them and say they're supposed to take they do something. Not be say, because the very dark man don't do the analysis. This one can come and come talk and say, I see how it happen, no. Now just a conclude for coming. I beg you, I not feel listen to this one. I beg you, I did kidnapping work. And now see they tell the boy to talk. What is there now the essence of talking if you people are not going to listen? With an open mind. With an open mind. Not make sense now. Mona shall they listen to person. Anyway, Harrison, well done. Well done. At least for coming out to come and say something.
Good night from here. I love you all. Thank you.